Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow Vinyasa practice today with a focus on the arms, shoulders, upper back. But as always, everything is connected. So you may want a block or two for your practice. Feel free to grab those. Come and join me on the mat. And then come to the end of your mat, either in a seated position or come to sit in Vajrasana with the knees bent, so you're sitting up on your heels. And you could also tuck a block underneath your bum if this feels a little bit too stressful on the knees, or if you have any issues, just find another comfortable seat. So bring yourself into your seat. If it feels okay for you, close your eyes. Otherwise, just find a soft and steady gaze. And we'll just take a moment here before we start to get moving to just get quiet for a minute. Allow yourself to connect in and just notice how you feel today. Becoming aware of anything that's going on for you, thoughts, feelings, physical sensations. What does your energy feel like? What is happening for you today? No judgment, just get curious and get to know yourself. And as always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you choose to take that intention off of your mat and out into your day with you, why not be kind to yourself? As you move through this practice, please honor where you are today. No need to push or force anything to happen. Feel free to amp up the practice as you see fit or take it down a notch. Omit anything that's not working for you today. Please make this your practice and enjoy it. Enjoy your practice. Enjoy this time with yourself. And you can begin to flutter your eyes open. Interlace your fingers, bring the palms together, and then roll your wrists around in a few circles. Just beginning to find some lubrication through the wrist joints. And then as you're ready, switch the direction of your circles. Reach your hands forward, palms facing forward, heels of the hands pressing forward as you pull the fingers back towards you. And then we'll turn the hands down. So now the palms will come to face towards you. Fingers will face towards the body. And then lift up the hands again, fingers pointing up, palms facing away. Turn the palms back to face you, fingers pointing down. And a couple times just moving the hands back and forth. And then flip the palms back up and now begin to open and close your fingers. Feel this begin to turn on through the arms, the forearms, all the way up into the shoulders. And then just give your arms a little shake. And then we'll inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. As you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. And then take a few nice and easy circles around here, just following your breath. And then we'll switch the direction, shoulders drawing back and up, and then forward and down, and then circle around a few times in this direction. And then let that go. Let's inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them up. Exhale, relax and release the shoulders down. And a couple more breaths like that, inhaling as your shoulders lift up and squeeze up towards the ears. And then exhale as you relax the shoulders down. A couple more. And then let that go. Now let's interlace fingers behind you. Bigger little bend in the elbows. Then gently pull the hands off of the back. And feel that action begin to lift your heart up. Maybe you shift your gaze up a little bit. And then release your hands. Let's take ourselves forward now onto the belly. Come down onto your belly, onto your forearms, finding Sphinx pose. Forearms down, fingers pressing down to the mat. Spread the fingers wide. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Root down into your finger pads, fingers, palms, tops of the feet, toes pressing down towards the mat. Pubic bone rooting down, and then magnetize the arms back towards the back of your mat as you pull your heart forward through the arms, finding our Sphinx. And then release that. Now we'll come up onto the ball of the right foot, ball of the left foot, press down into the hands. Lift up through your belly and lift yourself up into a dolphin plank pose here. And then we'll take the right forearm, bring it across your mat, maybe at a little bit of an angle. Left hand can come in front of you for balance, and then roll yourself up onto your feet. Pinky toe side of that right foot pressing down to the mat, left foot stacked on top of the right, pressing down through that bottom arm, lifting up through that right hip, up through the side body. You can take left hand to the hip, maybe you reach that arm up towards the ceiling, pressing really strong down through that bottom arm, so you're not collapsing into the shoulder, but you're pressing into the earth and lifting yourself up and away from the earth, from the floor. And then we'll take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, draw that left arm underneath your body, fingers pointing back behind you. Then we'll inhale, reach that left arm back up. As you exhale, tuck that left hand underneath the body, pressing down through that right foot, through that right arm. Inhale, lift that left arm up. And then exhale, left arm comes back down. And then slowly roll yourself back into your dolphin plank. Both forearms come back to the mat. Press down through the fingers. Pause here for a moment. We take it to the other side. Take that left forearm to cross the top of the mat, maybe at a little bit of an angle. Right fingers can come in front of you. Stack your feet as you roll up onto that left pinky toe side of your foot. And then maybe right hand comes to hip, maybe right hand reaches up towards ceiling, pressing really strong down through that left hand arm, lifting up through that left shoulder, and then take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we thread that right arm underneath the body. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, you thread that arm back underneath that left side of the rib cage. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Right arm, and then chuck that right arm back underneath that left rib cage. And then slowly roll yourself back onto your forearms. Dolphin plank, pressing into fingers. Heels reaching back, collarbones reaching forward. And then lower your pubic bone pelvis down to the mat. Find our Sphinx pose again, magnetizing the arms back, heart pulling forward. And then again, we'll tuck the toes, lift yourself up into that dolphin plank. And we'll take it into dolphin, begin to walk your feet in. Shoulders lining up over elbows. You could have the forearms parallel to each other here, or if you prefer, you could bring the hands together, palms together.
Pressing down through the arms, lifting up through the armpits. Hips reaching up and back. Sit bones reaching down towards the heels, heels reaching down towards the mat. And then we'll root down into that left foot, reach that right leg up. And then right foot comes down to the mat. Root into that right foot. Now we'll reach that left leg up. And then release. Drop your knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on your heels. Reach the arms around behind you. Interlace the fingers again, elbows bent. You can keep hands at sacrum. Maybe bring the arms a little bit straighter. Pull the arms up off of the back. Lift up through your heart. And then release the hands. Give yourself a few little shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. And then let's reach arms out to the sides and then cross the arms over the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Open the arms wide. And again, arms cross over the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Let's take the hands forward. And step your feet back, coming into a downward dog. Find some movement here. Feel into your body. Feel into your down dog. Rock yourself back and forth or side to side, or pedal out your legs, or bend and straighten your knees. And then we'll root down into your left finger pads, really strong down through that left hand, left arm. Begin to come up onto right finger pads. Stay here or reach that right arm up and back behind you, palm facing up and back. And then right hand comes down to the mat. Root down into the right finger pads, outer ring of that right palm. Roll up onto left finger tips or pads. Hold here or send that left arm back towards the back of the mat. And then left hand comes back down to the mat. Bend your knees, we'll crouch it down, and then roll it forward into a plank. Nice long spine here, heels reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. Now root into that left hand. If it's available to you, pick up that right hand, tap that left shoulder. Drop the right hand down, root into that right hand. Pick up the left hand, tap that right shoulder. Release that left hand down. Take this from side to side a few times. Shoulder tapping. Trying to keep the hips as stable as possible, so not too much movement there. And then bring yourself back into your plank. Hips roll up and back into your downward dog, and then walk yourself up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Interlace fingers at low back, bigger little bend in the elbows. Keep hands at the sacrum or peel them up off of the back. And then hands come back to the sacrum. Press down into your feet, lift yourself all the way up, and let's take palms together at the heart. Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, release the arms down to your sides. Palms come back together at your heart, and then we'll reach the arms back up, and hands back down to the sides. Arms reach back up, and now we'll fold it forward, coming into our Uttanasana, forward fold, and then halfway up to your flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands come down to the mat and step yourself back to plank. Lower your knees down to the mat. Lower your pubic bone, belly, torso all the way down. Elbows hug in. Lift your heart up for baby cobra. And release yourself down. Tuck your toes. Press into the hands and glide the hips up and back. Downward dog. Crouch it down. Send the right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. Then bend that right knee. Shift yourself forward. and step that right foot through to the right thumb. Turn and drop the left foot to the mat, toes pointing out towards that long edge of your mat. Bend both knees, press down into the earth, lift up, open yourself up to face long edge of that mat. Find your way into warrior two. Right knee bends, arms reach wide. Check in with your breath. Turn up the corners of your lips into a smile, if you're feeling it. So take that right forearm to that right thigh and reach that left arm up along the ear for a side angle. Press into that front foot, lift yourself up. We'll take it back into warrior two. And then take that left hand to that left thigh, right arm reaching up over the ear. Arch yourself back, reverse warrior. And then straighten that right leg. Bend that right knee again. Bring yourself back up into that warrior two. Let's take the hands down to the mat and step yourself back into plank. Lower your knees down. Lower it down to the belly. Lift yourself up, baby cobra, or if you're feeling ready, a little higher for your full cobra. And then release down. Press into the hands, glide the hips back, down dog. Crouch down, tiger dog, bend the knees, belly back to the thighs, and then we'll send the hips up, down dog. Left leg goes up also for a three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, shift forward, core plank, step left foot through, turn to up that right foot. Bend both knees, press down into the earth, lift up and open to the long edge of the mat, finding warrior two. Arms reach wide. Let's take the left forearm to that left thigh, right arm up over the ear for your side angle pose. Press into that left foot, lift it back up. Warrior two. And then right hand comes to that right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over the ear as you arch yourself back for reverse warrior. Bend into that front knee a little deeper. And then straighten that front leg. We'll bend that front knee again. Bring it back up into your warrior two. Hands come down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Now either lower knees down, come all the way down to the belly and move through your cobra, or if you like, take it into chaturanga, low push-up. Roll forward on your toes, bend your elbows, lower yourself about halfway down, keeping the shoulders above the level of the elbows. Then come onto the tops of the feet. Keep your thighs lifted. Pull your heart forward. Upward dog. We'll meet back in our downward dog. And then step or hop yourself up top of the mat. Fold it in. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway up to your flat back. Fold back in and then press into the feet. Rise up. Palms together. Back to your heart. Reach the arms up. Fold yourself in. Halfway up, flat back. Plant hands down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Now find your flow. Either bring it down to the belly, find your cobra, or you take it into your chaturanga, up dog. Your practice, your choice. We'll meet in our downward dog and then crouch down, find that tiger dog, send the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, shift forward, find that core plank, step that left foot through. Turn and drop that right foot to the mat, bend the knees, press into the earth, rebound up and open into your warrior two. Left forearm to that left thigh, right arm reaching up over the ear for your side angle. And then from here, sweep that right arm back towards that right leg and then back up over the ear. And a couple more times, circle that right arm back and around. The next time that right arm sweeps back up by your ear, press into that front foot, lift yourself back up into your warrior two. Let's take the handstand to the mat. Step yourself back into your plank. Find your flow. We'll be back in our down dog and then crouch it down. This time send the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, shift forward. Step that right foot through. Drop the left foot. Bend the knees, press into the earth, lift up. Open into your warrior two. Arms reach wide. Shoulders lining up over the hips. Let's take that right forearm to that right thigh. Left arm reaching up over ear. Side angle. And then we'll sweep that left arm back towards that left leg and then up over the ear. Couple more big circles with the left arm. And then next time that left arm sweeps back by that left ear, press into that front foot, lift up, open it back into your warrior two. Take handstand to the mat, step yourself back to plank. Find your flow. Back into your downward dog and then step or hop it up, top of your mat, fold in. Bring it halfway up, flat back. Fold it back in, press into your feet, rise up, back into our Tadasana, palms at the heart. Inhale as you lift the arms up again. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift to that flat back. And then exhale, plant your hands. Step yourself back to plank. And then find your flow. From your downward dog, let's walk hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold back of your mat. Hands to the hips, press into the feet, lift yourself all the way up. Soften both knees, take the weight into that left foot. Bend that right knee and tuck that foot up behind your bum. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, right hand reaches back towards that right foot. Grab a hold of the foot if it is available. And then stay here or begin to tip yourself forward, torso reaching forward, left fingers reaching forward, right foot kicks out into the hand behind you. And then bring yourself back up. Release that right foot down, left arm back down, soften the knees and take the weight over into that right foot. Bend that left knee, tuck that foot up behind your bum, right arm reaches up, left hand reaches back for that left foot or ankle, whatever you can grab a hold of, or you just reach the hand in that direction, or you could use a strap here also. Slowly begin to tilt it forward, torso reaching forward, right fingertips reaching forward, left foot kicking out into your hand behind you. Bring it back up. Release. Take the palms together overhead. Fold yourself in. Walk yourself back out into your down dog. And then shift it forward into your plank. Find your flow. Back to your down dog. Walk or hop it forward and fold yourself back in. Halfway up to that flat back. Fold it in. Press down into the earth and rise all the way up. Let's take the palms back to the heart. Reaching up. Fold yourself back in. Halfway lift. Hands plant. Step yourself back to plank. Find your flow. From your downward dog, again, walk hands back to meet the feet. Turn toes out, heels in, lower your bum down. Coming into a squat pose. Elbows inside knees.
Palms together. Press the knees open with the elbows and hug the knees in. Keep the spine nice and long here. And then we'll take hands to the mat. Bring the toes in a little bit. Hug the knees into the upper arms, back of the arms or side of the arms. You can tuck your knees up into your armpits. Spread your fingers nice and wide and begin to roll up onto the balls of your feet. Take the hands down to the mat and you tuck those knees into the upper arms. Begin to slowly shift yourself forward. Bring the elbows up over the wrists. Toes can stay down on the mat, or maybe you lift one foot or maybe two. Hug yourself in towards the midline, in towards the core, squeezing the legs in, lifting up through pelvic floor, and then release the feet down. Reach the palms out to the sides, palms facing up. Give your hands a little shake. And then one more time. We'll do that again just for fun. Hands reaching forward, knees hugging into upper outer arms or backs of the triceps or tucking into armpits. Spread your fingers wide. Begin to reach the hands for the mat. As you do, roll up onto balls of the feet. Knees hugging into upper arms, you shift yourself forward again. Maybe the toes stay down, or maybe you lift one foot, maybe both. Squeeze everything in towards the midline. Hug yourself in. And then you release the feet back down. Come back into your squat. Palms together. And then again, flip the palms to face up. Give your hands a little shake. Slither your way down onto your belly. Come back into our Sphinx pose. Forearms to the mat, spread the fingers, root into fingers and toes. Pull the heart forward as you pull the arms back. And then release that. Bring the left arm out to the left side. Roll up onto your left side. Legs stacked on top of each other. You can come up onto your right finger pads. Just getting a little release through that left arm shoulder. You could stay here, or you could step that right foot back behind you. And if you like, you could reach the right hand back towards the left. Maybe you can clasp hands or not. The hands just reach towards each other. And then we'll take it over onto our belly. And then reach the right arm out to the right side. Roll yourself over onto that left side. You can stack the feet. Take the left fingers out in front of you. Maybe bend that left knee, step that foot back behind you. Keep it here, or again, you could reach that left arm back towards the right. Maybe clasp hands or just reach the hands towards each other. And then release hands, slowly roll yourself back onto your belly. Make a little pillow with the arms, rest your forehead, bend your knees, lift up your feet, and then just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Bring the legs back to center, release the feet down to the mat, hands under the shoulders, press yourself up and back. Come back into Vajrasana or a seated position. Turn the palms to face up and rest the backs of the hands on your thighs. Close your eyes for a moment. And check in with yourself again and notice how you're feeling now. Come back to your breath. Come back to our intention. And bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then sigh it out of your mouth. Release your hands down. Bring your palms together at your heart. May you feel safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease. May your heart be open to love, compassion, and may you know joy. Thank you so much for sharing the short, slow flow practice with me today. I hope it helped. With love and gratitude, namaste.